gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Brian Bretzman.
Thank you. I'm a little winded from the walk up, but we'll make it. Quick announcement. You'll all be excited about this. My mom sent bars. Some of you have a mom that sends bars. My mom's that one, right? From your birth to your funeral, my mom's bringing bars. And everything in between. She's the bar person, and they're good. They're good. So, yeah, nice to be here. It's a nice place. Tell you a little about myself. I joined the Army after 9/11. Yeah, thank you. It was the Salvation Army. There was a war on Christmas coming. We needed galoshes on the ground. Yeah, probably shouldn't say that on the MIA flag. You know, sorry, guys. Yeah. I have a lot of health problems. I know, surprise, I look like a beacon of health up here, but I went into remember the global pandemic? That was something, huh? I went into that with diabetes and hypertension, so already pretty serious. Mid-pandemic, like the peak of the pandemic, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease and cancer. So it was a very strange time for me. And I know what you're thinking, and you're right. I shouldn't still be this fat. But I lost my metabolism for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, like completely, and I actually gained quite a bit of weight. And that's fat guy luck, is what that is. When you get cancer and you're gaining weight, that's what I call fat guy luck. You know you're too fat if you've ever had to pull over because there's mayo on the steering wheel and a pickle in your shoe. Does it happen? But actually, a year before the diagnosis, I had a cancer scare. And it wasn't cancer, but I found a lump in my chest, and I went to my primary doctor, and I said, is this anything? And she said, we should do some imaging. They did an ultrasound, and she said, we need to get a better image. We need to do a mammogram, which is not very masculine. I call it a manogram, but so I had one, and it came back suspicious, a 4 out of a 6 on the scale, so I needed to have a breast lumpectomy, which also not very masculine, but fortunately it turned out to be benign. But here's the interesting part of the story. The surgeon that did that also saw a suspicious part on my upper back shoulder area, and she said to me, I'd like to take that at the same time, but we'd have to roll you over, and you are a very, 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 very big guy, and I don't want anyone getting hurt. I'm not a doctor, but I think at least 2 of those varies were not medically necessary. Just not cool, man. But yeah, you guys having fun? Yeah, a little VFW action. I don't know about you, but I feel a lot older than I am, because I look at myself in the mirror, and sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I think, I look racist. You know what I mean? Huh? You know what I'm talking about. I look racist. And not just that, I look homophobic also. I look like the kind of guy that would say at any point, well, look what we got here. Right? I don't like it. I'm not racist or homophobic. I don't like it, but that's just the cards I was dealt. So I've tried to change it, and I tried some facial hair, different facial hair. I tried a mustache, and I looked like a guy that needed to notify you when I move in the neighborhood. I have very wanted for questioning vibes. You know what I mean? But yeah, I feel old. I'm 45, but I feel much older because of that technology gap that jumped. You know, in the last 15, 20 years, there was a huge jump. Because we had some computers when I was younger, but we didn't have nothing like now. So it's like I went from being 30 or even 20 to 90, 100 years old, because everything's different now. Have you talked to anyone with kids about how weird these little kids are? Oh, these are my children, alabaster and linoleum. Queen linoleum. Like, what are you talking about? I have a young nephew, and he doesn't even understand what I'm talking about, and I don't understand what he's talking about. And he's a little nerdy kid, and he's like, I have all the Harry Potter movies on 4K. And I'm like, well, I had every episode of Chips on Viewmaster. Get him, Punch. And he just says things like that, and he's like, I can download works of art from any museum in the world on my phone. And I'll say, I used to make art with my Light Bright and my spirograph. My AI will answer any question I ask it. My computer used to ask me, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? You're so old you don't even know what a gigabyte is. You're right, and I don't give a damn what it is. Because that's how I feel. These kids are crazy. Was I in hypersleep at some point, cryogenic chamber somewhere? No, you don't know? Yeah, fuck you. What else am I going to say? So this is a true story. We have some health problems in the family. My dad's side has a lot of colon cancer in the family, so we all have to get colonoscopies. I had to start pretty young. This really happened, and keep in mind during this story, my mom is okay. So my mom and dad live a ways away from a hospital, and they go to Sioux Falls. My dad goes to Sioux Falls for colonoscopy. So they stay in a hotel the night before, just so they don't have to get up super early. So they're staying in a hotel, and my mom has had her knees replaced. She's got bad arthritis, so she kind of shuffles when she walks. So the night before, they're in the hotel, and my mom falls quite a bit. She fell in the hotel room and hit her head on the dresser. So she's laying on the ground, and she's just like, oh. And my dad's had his colonoscopy prep, so he's just on the toilet, oh. So he can't even help her. She's got to use her cell phone, and my aunt happened to be in Sioux Falls, so they called her. She came down, and she couldn't help my mom get up because my mom can't get up. She's still, and my dad's still in the toilet. Oh, my God. So they have to call 911. So the ambulance comes, and the fire, the rescue, all these people come in, and my dad's still in the toilet. Is embarrassing. My mom's still laying there, and she's like, oh, my God, there's some bars on the dresser. If you want those. But, yeah. Hey, you guys like magic tricks? Yeah? You guys like magic tricks? Me too. All right, me too. Thank you. That's my time, folks. I'm Brian. Thank you.